Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing with you what I think you actually need in order to run a successful photography business in 2020, and some things you don't need. And I think that the answers may surprise you. I've gotten a question recently over in my Facebook group called Photo Boss, and it was, what do you actually need to run a business today in 2020? And that's where this kind of came from. When I sat down to really think about it and write down my answers, I came up with 7 things that I think you need, that any photographer would need if they were starting or trying to grow their business this year in 2020. The first thing that you absolutely must have, it's a non-negotiable, is a brand. A brand is what sets you apart, and it's what makes you memorable. So while having maybe an Instagram presence or a website actually could be optional, having a brand is not optional. And it leads me to number 2. Having a strategic marketing plan. I think that's a non-negotiable in 2020, especially since it seems that more than ever there are more photographers and more small business owners starting and growing in photography and small business, that you have to stand out and you have to have a plan for getting found, getting discovered, and getting seen. And the reason why you have to have your brand first is that the brand is going to indicate where you should be marketing and whether you should be paying for ads at all. I think so many people jump straight to Facebook ads when that may not be the next step for you, and it's gonna be really tricky and really expensive if you haven't first established your brand, because your brand is gonna be kind of like a guiding light for your business in your marketing. So those are 2 things you can't go without. The next must-have is a signature style and approach. I think every bride or client, whoever you're working with, is expecting you to have that consistent style and something that sets you apart, as well as an approach to your overall photography that makes you a little bit different. You know, now more than ever, there are more photographers and more competition, so the need to stand out and have a signature look and a signature approach to how you work with clients is more necessary than ever. The next thing you need is consistency. This is the most underrated thing. People kind of just brush past this. They don't think, is this really all that impactful? And when people share, here's how I was successful, I was consistent. I was consistent in the way that I showed up, the way that I edited my photographs, the way that I treated my clients, so the way that I delivered my images. All of these things really do add up, and it's kind of a compound effect. If you've ever read the book, The Compound Effect, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic book, but it basically says that all these repeat actions over time, while they may seem small, they compound into something very significant. And when you show up consistently, you're building trust and you're building up that compound effect that's gonna pay off in the long run. So I can't emphasize enough how much being consistent in everything that you do as you grow your business and as you build your photography, I can't overestimate, underestimate, I can't emphasize enough, that one. I cannot emphasize enough how important consistency is to the overall success of a photography business. The next thing you'll need in order to grow in 2020 is the systems and steps to support your growth. So once you're super busy, once you have lots of clients and you're pretty swamped with work, which we all want, what are you gonna do to support those clients? How are you gonna have systems in place so that everything can flow smoothly and you can deliver the same excellence and quality when you're busy as when you just have 1 or 2 clients? And the way that I do this is through a software to manage my clients called HoneyBook. This is how I get my contracts signed. It's how I get my retainers paid and my balances paid. It's how I send questionnaires. Honestly, everything that goes into running my business on the client end of things happens inside of HoneyBook. And the beauty of it is it all exists inside of an app. So if I'm on the go or I'm doing the mom thing now, I can still check in on things and get back to my clients really quickly in a timely manner. And that's something you need to think about, because if you're thinking of big growth in your business in 2020, you need to have the systems in place to support that growth. And last but definitely not least is being a student. I think you need to be teachable and you need to be constantly like a sponge absorbing information in order to grow your business in 2020. I think being a student, like a lifelong student, and thinking, where can I learn? How can I grow? And not thinking of it as a destination that you reach, but rather a journey that you are on for the duration of the time that you own a business and that you're a photographer. You know, whether that be listening to podcasts or reading books, or going to a conference, or hiring a coach, investing in a program. All of these are things that are going to just keep adding to you as a business owner so that you can make better informed decisions and that you know what to do with opportunities and decisions that you need to make within your brand and in your business. Because as business owners, we have to make so many decisions. So the better informed we can be and the better mindset and place that we can be in to make all of those decisions, that's everything. And so I think that it's absolutely crucial that we consider ourselves to be students and to be teachable for the duration of our business for that reason. So you may have noticed I didn't say you have to have a website or you have to get big on Instagram, you have to be on Facebook or Pinterest or YouTube even. I don't really think that. I don't think there's just one way. So these 7 things were things that I feel are non-negotiables, but I want to know your non-negotiable. What do you think is an absolute must-have in order to grow as a photographer in 2020? Leave it in the comment section below. Let's keep the conversation going, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.